Show planned for today on this cold Tuesday morning. We have some information on vaccines, and we have Solomon Williams, our Lightcraft Technology, to give us an update on sports in the NBA playoffs. Johan, what else do we have?
Also, we'll have GSA live in the studio to talk about their return to in-campus.
That sounds great, Carlsbad. Let's get the show started. I'm Brock Sarsmaz.
And I'm Johan Dureka.
And CHS TV starts right now.
Welcome back, Carlsbad. To start off the show, we'll have a story on a person who has had a very interesting job for the past 7 years. Tosh, what do you have for us?
I've been working here since I was 12 years old, so I'm 19 now, so I'd say that's about 7 years now.
Ryler Loyola has been working with his father for a large part of his life and has developed a greater bond with his family during his time spent at Succulent Cafe.
But here, I'd say the positives is a lot laid back than most other jobs would probably be. It's a lot less stressful.
For Ryler, starting to work at such a young age has allowed him to develop a valuable perspective on teenagers that are looking to apply for their first job.
I'd say advice would definitely try figuring out something that you would want and would benefit you for the future. So I'd say I wouldn't really recommend working at McDonald's if that's something that you don't really want to do in the future.
Working with family is a rare opportunity that Ryler feels grateful to have experienced. The upsides to working alongside his dad have kept him at Succulent Cafe throughout his life.
And I'd say you're a lot more comfortable because since you know the boss and you know the staff, because it would be family, it's a lot easier for you to connect with them, and I'd say it strengthens your bonds with your family.
Although Ryler does cherish the time he gets to spend with his dad at Succulent Cafe, it can become overwhelming at times.
There is some negatives also, because if you're always seeing each other all the time at work, you have a different mood at home than you would at work. So I'd say sometimes it conflicts a little bit, so you can bring your work home stuff back to home, so it kind of conflicts in that department.
Ryler Loyola is thankful for the amount of family bonding and also work experience he received from working at Succulent Cafe during his teenage years. Starting to work at the young age of 12 has filled Ryler with generous amounts of wisdom and motivation only at 19 years old. Reporting for CHS TV with photojournalist Cameron Fisher, I'm Tosh Carr.
Thanks for that interesting piece, Tosh. CHS cheerleading tryouts are taking place this week of May 18th to the 22nd. See the CHS newsletter for the link to sign up.
Attention Lancers, GSA Club is back in person. They meet every Tuesday after school in room 6101. GSA is also selling water bottles for $1 per bottle. The CEF Student Leadership Council has opened their applications. Check School Loop to sign up. The deadline to sign up is June 1st.
Next up on the show, we have GSA live in the studio to talk about their return to the campus. Macy, what's up?
Good morning, Carlsbad. I'm Macy Markham here live with a member of GSA, Jack, to talk about how the club has gotten back on campus. So, Jack, what were the steps taken to get this club back on campus?
Well, first of all, we needed to make sure that we had people to come into the club, and while we were online, we didn't really have that due to people not really accepting families at home. So it's really important that we are back in school now to create that safe and welcoming environment for those students.
That's great. You guys are finally back on campus. So for anyone interested, what goes on in these meetings and how can you get involved?
Well, if you want to get involved, you can come to the photography room after school on Tuesdays at room 6101. And what we do in that class is we can make friends, hang out, have fun, and learn about career history.
Okay, so for especially anyone interested, you said it's in the photography room, but I also know teachers are selling water bottles. How much are the water bottles?
Water bottles are $1 per water bottle, and a certain number of teachers are selling them. So if you want some water and you want to support GSA, please consider buying them.
Okay, thank you, Jack, for coming on, and now I'm going to send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Macy. All sports played in the new gym and the field will now be live streamed. The link to watch can be found on chstv.com.
Tickets are now available for the spring musical that was written by our own student production club. The musical Falling Star streams on May 13th, 14th, and 15th. Check School Loop for more information. Now we have Solomon Williams and our Lightcraft Technology to give us an update on the NBA playoff picture. Solomon, what do you have for us?
Good morning, Carlsbad. My name is Solomon Williams, here to talk about the NBA playoffs that are occurring next Saturday on May 22nd. The teams that are clinched as of now on the Eastern Conference are the Philadelphia 76ers, the Brooklyn Nets, and the Milwaukee Bucks. And for the Western Conference, the teams that are clinched are Utah Jazz, Phoenix Suns, LA Clippers, and the Denver Nuggets. but they are doing it a little differently this year with the play-in tournament. But I'm sure it'll still be a fun time to watch. So make sure you guys are watching those games starting next Saturday. And that's all I do for today, Carlsbad. And now I'll shoot the ball over to the anchors.
Thanks, Solomon. Graduation banners are now available. The deadline to order one is May 14th. Art students, if you did not pick up your art from art class last year, please come by room 5012 after school between 12:55 and 1:15 any day to grab it.
Now we have Owen Lockery live to give us an update on the Magic Window regarding the changes of the availability of the vaccines. Owen?
Good morning, Carlsbad. Today I'm going to be going over the new regulations for the Pfizer vaccine. As of yesterday, the FDA granted the emergency approval for the Pfizer vaccine to be given to kids of the age of 12 to 15. The vaccine will be given in the same dosage as what was given to the adults. Also, the vaccine will be available in the same locations as what was available for the adults. Hopefully, with more kids, with more high schoolers having access to the vaccine, this will allow for schools to reopen in the fall. Also, I'm definitely looking forward to being able to get back into sports and other events next year. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'm going to send it back to Brock at the desk.
Thank you, Owen. Attention current juniors, the CUSD Champion Lancer applications are now open. The deadline to apply is May 28th. See School Loop for more information.
Juniors, be sure to take up that opportunity and check out the CUSD Champion Lancer program. Next up on the show, we have Wendy standing by at Scripps Carlsbad to tell us a little bit more about the COVID vaccines. Wendy?
Good morning, Carlsbad. I am standing outside Scripps Medical Center here in Carlsbad to give you an update on vaccination, specifically the Pfizer vaccine. These vaccinations have been made available for ages 16, 17, and up for a little bit now. So people like myself and most upperclassmen at high schools across the nation have been able to receive the first and second doses. However, the FDA announced yesterday that they are now considering authorization for the release of vaccinations for ages 12 to 15. However, there's a couple more steps for the approval process. For example, there is a meeting tomorrow where the CDC will announce whether they recommend or do not recommend this vaccine at ages 12 to 15. For people under the age of 11 and down to 2 years old, you may have to wait a little bit longer to get your vaccine than expected. We'll keep you updated with these dates when they come around. And thank you, Carlsbad. I'm going to send it back to Johan and Brock at the desk.
Thank you, Wendy. So, Brock, speaking of vaccines, I hear you got vaccinated recently. How was that for you?
Yeah, I got my first shot a couple weeks ago. It was just my arm was a little sore, but other than that, it was good. I get my second one on May 20th.
Yeah, I haven't gotten mine yet, but I plan to soon. So anyways, that's all we have for you today, Carlsbad. Make it a good one.
Thank you for watching our live broadcast.